see that China's industries has changed a lot. We have Jian Lian, a major researcher in industry policy and development, technology and innovation in CITIC Foundation, here with us today. So please tell us, how did you do it?
I have just got PPT. Can you show it? Yes. So many of our Russian friends mentioned China. So someone mentioned that it's impossible to get rid of international cooperation. Maybe the only exception is China, because China now is in various industry fields manufacturing fees, it produce 15% to 100% of total global output. So I'm very familiar with several of the typical manufacturing fees in China and how it grows up from almost zero. And now because of time limit, I just share some of the current situation and current attitudes of the Chinese government on promoting our industry, particularly advanced manufacturing. And maybe like to offer some lessons for our Russian friends. And also I raised some my personal proposal for mutual cooperation. Some friends told me, you're not welcome here because Chinese are competitors for most of the Russian manufacturer. But I say, no, maybe I can play magic. I can show you how strategic cooperation could be established. Okay, so I put Russian translation here so everyone can read it. So my major topic would be about some current Chinese situation, also a possibility of the reindustrialization of Russia. I think that is what your national leader concerned most about today. Please, next one. How to use this?
Okay, I can help you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
this one. Okay. Firstly, I think that it's related to it's related to resource allocation. Because most of here are manufacturers. But there's another phase which is, attract lots of capital allocation, including Russia. That is internet. And I should tell everyone, since 2020, Chinese society no longer treats internet industries as high technology. We treat them as a monopoly platform which needs to be regulated, no longer as high technology field. So I know that in your country, the company which is Silicon Valley love, such as Ozone, Whiteberries, Avito, Yandex, and Yandex many things, they attract lots of capital and financial inputs. In China, we have passed these periods. So I think that Russia is just compared with the Chinese society situation. We also once have internet fever that attract lots of capital inputs. And venture capital only invests on IT and biological firms and not ignores manufacturing fees. And manufacturing was once treated as traditional industry in China, but it's no longer such a situation. And I must stand up to speak. Okay. So I think that Russia's situation is equivalent to China around 2014 and 2018. At that time, internet food delivery, such as Meituan in China, was thought to be a so-called high technology. That now, nobody in China treats Meituan, that is Yandex, EDA, as any technology firms. We treated advanced manufacturing, including such a precision processing, which this gentleman was in this industry, and manufacturing as high technologies. And actually, Chinese society in 2010s offer many lessons. Take example, BYD. BYD has not entered Russian market, unfortunately. He once entered and quit. And now it's, I think, largest electric vehicle producer globally, and also largest lithium battery maker. And it has many suppliers. It's an industry chain. It once treated as so-called traditional manufacturing. Now, they were treated as advanced manufacturing and a typical example of high technology in China, representative high technology. But Meituan no longer was treated, and they were considered as monopoly platform needs to be regulated. And I think this is a very new phenomenon because in policy speaking, it's 2021 that China switched extremely favor for a small and medium manufacturing enterprises with typical technology. So the treatment, the support policy is without collateral. 5 to 10 years loans with annual interest rates around 3%. And so my conclusion is that when the best grad students from Moscow State University and Bauman Institute of Technology no longer go to Tinkoff as their first choice, then the spring of Russian industry will become. Because in Chinese eyes, Tinkoff is just a high-interest loan, consumer loan companies, and it does not help Russians' reindustrialization. In China, for comparison, it's compared to Ant Financial. And Ant Financial wants to be a monster in China, and it was suddenly surprised on November, I think, 3rd, 2020. That is the day all Chinese remember. The explanation is that Ant Financial was about to get IPO the next day. And if it get IPO'd, it will extract tens, trillions of Chinese yuan and become unstoppable monster. And just on that day night, a sudden news was made that the IPO was terminated. I think I heard that the order was from our highest national leader. So, secondly, I should say, what I say on the first sector is what is truly valuable for a great country like Russia or China. So industry and social development. Okay, negation, that is what's not of high value. And what is valuable, what needs to be supported, should be go hand in hand. So I heard that as a foreign observer, that in Russia there is a typical example of so-called government-sponsored scientific research center and technology development center, including Innopolis, Sokolovo, and Izhevsk. That's my knowledge. So based on my observation, I personally vote for Izhevsk because it's based on a strong legacy of Soviet past with innovation on manufacturing. And for the previous two, Innopolis in Kazan and Sokolovo in the suburb of Moscow, it's very like Silicon Valley atmosphere. Let me tell you, Silicon Valley is no longer, how to say, a symbol of progress. It has largely turned into a financial speculation game. Okay, so also this is related to identify what is more important. I know I observe on your Russian program, TV program, including your forum. For example, including president attend something, for example, Esper Bank from forum and VTB Bank from forum. Esper Bank, Herman Glev is extremely favored for AI and extremely favored for robots. I mean, human-shaped robots. But China has experienced 10 years of investment and development in this area. Because we once treated thinking, many of the Chinese still thinking that what Silicon Valley say is good, and it's good. But the fact is, it's wrong. Human-shaped robots has almost no value. Just as in Moscow, in the park, there is a robots offering coffee. And what else? What it can do? It can do nothing. The truly useful robots are all machine hands. In China, I personally witnessed the significant rise of collaborative robots. That is used for the electronics industry, manufacturing, because there's a few labor in Chinese electronics factory. So collaborative robots will be valuable. And also the use is industry robots is used in the automobile factory. And for daily life, my observation is just sweeping robots. Okay, take a semiconductor industry example. This is the highest, how to say, the commanding heights of modern industry manufacturing. I mean, in the hardware, that is semiconductor fab. Okay, so my conclusion is because such cases happen just near my around because some of my relatives in this industry chain, the whole Western financial capitalism. Now they are going to the illusion of virtual worlds is AI. AI is a big, very hot topic in the Wall Street now. So they just speculate on NVIDIA's stock price. And NVIDIA, all the manufacturing of NVIDIA chips through, for example, TSMC in Taiwan, are all ultimately based on Japanese family workshops on the streets, on the very narrow Japanese streets. And they are dying because nobody inherited this technology. Nobody inherited the very precise manufacturing skills. I know some cases, their founder, no inheritance. They are already 18 years old. When they find inherited per people, they found Chinese. A new group of Chinese small companies emerging in recent 10 years. They are taking the steps from Japanese and providing both the Western industry chain and our emerging Chinese semiconductor equipment chain. We are very confident that with the US and China scientific trade war and scientific war, they try to block us. We will definitely win. Okay, so come the third part is financial topic. I was very shocked when I come last year to Moscow. The basic interest rate set at 15%. It's still zero. And the 15% is a deposit interest rate. As a consumer, I'm very happy. Immediately I opened a card and I saved some rubles into, I see whether it's true. And I was shocked that it's true. And I received lots of interest for the past 4 months. And I asked my Chinese friend, in fact, in Bank of China, Russia, subsidiary, what is the loan interest if the benchmark interest was at 15%? He said more than 20%. I said, and this 20% interest rate environments, no manufacturing, big expansion, or big infrastructure can be carried out because it's impossible. In China, we how to say this? So, only with, I think, the interest rate about below 5%, such as 2%, 3%, can infrastructure could be built, such a high-speed railway. So, and also from the economic logic, long-term high interest rate plus stable exchange effects such as Russian rubles to Chinese yuan. If you want to stable as 1 Chinese yuan for 12.5 or to 13 rubles, I don't think this combination can coexist for a long time. Because with these high interest rates, companies have to force to raise product price and pushing up inflation. And this reduces competitiveness. So this cannot be coexistence. Okay, so what is the Chinese yuan interest rate today? I can tell you everyone, in the next 2 decades, Chinese yuan interest will below 3%. I mean loan interest rate. It's around 3%. I have mentioned that advanced manufacturing now could get 3% without collateral. And for the, it's called investment vehicle. It's called usually local government produce made such vehicle. It's it's a company without any real asset, but its only purpose is to create demand artificially, to provide demands for the investment, for the machines, for the, all kinds of industry production. So that entity can get 3% annual interest rate. And I personally think, that might be a strategic opportunity for both Russia and all the non-Western countries who want to cooperate with us. Because now we are pushing together discussion with Saudi Arabia. Because Saudi Arabia has 2030, but personally I think Saudi Arabia has no concept about industrialization, what is valuable, is not valuable. But we are discussing and we're willing to offer them some, I call institutional innovation with Chinese financial products on Saudi projects. I think the same principle could apply for Russia. And we can bring Russian partners together with Chinese technology. I will tell you something, Chinese technology, amazing technology. Okay, please give me a little time. I think it will be valuable. Okay, so I will show some cases of the strategic cooperation value on several industry cases in China. First case is super stainless steel. Mr. Babakin told me that stainless steel is the biggest problem since Soviet times. So look at this. This is our Chinese innovation. This is under 280 days use. So in your most important sector, oil and gas drilling and daily operation, that's corrosive. And in Soviet times, the stainless steel pipes is big problem. So you export oil and gas and in exchange for the stainless pipes. This is for Germany, this is from Japan. Nowadays, Chinese technology could be an opportunity for Russia. Significantly reduce the cost of energy production. Okay, this is one typical, most latest biggest manufacturing skills technology. Okay, that is Tesla Shanghai's GigaPress. This GigaPress actually produced in Ningbo City in China. And the other one is Xiaomi, the Xiaomi phone. Now, recent days, Xiaomi has pushed its cars And that is producer called Xiaomi Hypercasting, same as GigaPress. And these are just two new latest innovations from Chinese innovator I know. They propose even more high efficient GigaPressing. So I think that's something that Deripaska should consider because it's very high value added aluminum processing technology. Okay, this is another cases. So you see that these are we produce forge, how to say that, the wheels in China. And traditionally, the forge machine was 15 meters high with 1,000 tons weight to generate 10,000 pressure. And now China innovator make it two forge at the same time with 10,000 tons pressure with only 100 tons. So that is our productivity. These are magic of innovation. And this is about CNC machine tools and all other kinds of machine tools. Our Russian friends, the world does not change. The global modern daily industry production still based on machine tools. Machine tools is mothers of all industry production. And Russia used to have relatively developed machine tool industry in Soviet past, but now it almost totally wiped out. And this is a Chinese machine tool innovator. He is a genius. He's a totally genius, very famous in China. He wrote 120 patents in recent 3 years, all about the basic, high efficient promotion in all the key parts of machine tools. So I think that maybe they could be Russian twins. In Russia, with cooperation with introduction of Chinese talents. So, and also chemistry and biology, I don't want to mention it. Green chemistry.
Please, time.
Oh, yes, I know. And I'm very proud that for China, you should not only know about Beijing, Shanghai, Shenzhen. You should know all these industry cities. These are the name list of the industry cities that emerged in 10 years in the chain of electric vehicle and battery making. Okay. So above, some of the conclusion is true innovation comes from marginal zone. That would be your strategic opportunity. Okay. A little bit about this forum. I think that this forum is behind the economic logic of Friedrich List. It's national political economy. I should tell everyone, America in the late 19th century is a real production of this theory of in the infant industry protection. Now Russia has to choose. Okay, so this is a historical lessons. Okay, so this is, I think that is the most important part. Let me finish it. So there's a basic question: why is it possible to reindustrialize Russia? I know there's lots of arguments inside Russia. Someone say impossible. Someone say possible. Putin won't support this. But my suggestion is looking into history. How Russia became industry in history. There's two parts. First part is from Ekaterina II as Donbass. So Donbass introduced two British industrial men. One is a technology man, the other is a non-technology man, is John Hoover's. This man set up Luhansk, this man set up Donetsk. And they settled in Russia. They lay down the foundation for Donbass. Secondly is in Stalin periods. M-Talk, I don't know anyone here knows about this company. M-Talk and a name, American called Albert Kahn, they contribute a lot to the foundation of Soviet industry. These are the Stalingrad tractor factories maps, and these are the photos at that time. So what is the answer today? I think just as three special moments. In the Industrial Revolution, you introduced British to lay down Donbass. In America's Great Depression, you introduced American technology forces, American innovator, including Henry Ford, to establish a Soviet industrialization. Today, you need cooperation systematically with China, and especially the Chinese hidden champions without overlapping with Western world. Okay, so my suggestion is carry out strategic circular cooperation with China's emerging local technology hidden champions, and pay attention to the ongoing trends of major industry connection with China and the global south. That's important because it will produce chain reaction. The chain reaction is that China is exporting our actual vehicle industrial chain as a whole to all global south. Well, now Russia is like a corporation. Its export is is oil and gas and fuels as fuels to global south and China. But this market is shrinking. So all these oil drill out should switch to chemistry as early as possible. And the global south transport system, the largest consumer of fuels, will be dominated by Chinese electric vehicle. The time will be in less than 10 years. Now, I should say, BYD and Toyota.
Excuse me.
Is doing a showdown in Thailand. So I suggest you should play friend to it. Okay, the final is some images. I think it's just a relaxation. It's about sovereignty. That your country now is very heated about this topic. And what is sovereignty? Sovereignty should be built on production forces. So this is BYD cases. It revives our Chinese Asian culture with the industry productivity. These are our dynasty names. Just like you have Romanov, you have Lubick brands of automobiles. And this is the industries, one Chuanfu of BYD. This is Huawei. I mean, let me tell you, Huawei is not a typical Chinese company because that's the headquarters. It's quite European. So I don't like Huawei, I like BYD. Okay, okay, this is another example. It's about light industry. You know, we revitalize our traditional clothes with our advanced technology on apparel and shoemaking. Okay, finished.
Yeah, we have done, sorry. Есть вопросы? Только очень...
Any questions? So...
All questions at the end of the session. No questions for you. A very topical question. How Tesla managed to build their Giga plant in Shanghai in just 1 year? How Tesla managed to build this factory in Shanghai so fast in just 1 year?
Well, that is a combination with both the Shanghainese local government supports and a very, how to say, a very prepared industry chain, complete industry chain in China. And you know, the GigaPress was once, it's actually invented by Italians. But that company happened to be acquired by Chinese Ningbo. Ningbo is the number 1 or number 2 most industrial city in China. It's near Shanghai. I'm very familiar with this city. So Ningbo's Lujing company produced GigaPress according to Elon Musk's order. So before Elon Musk, I think Elon Musk's function is that to revive some very unique technology. He is the people who knows the value of this technology and make the order and start the circle to run. And then China happens to be the manufacturer and producer of that particular machine. And so with the government support, of course, the factory house is the most easiest thing for Chinese. And then GigaPress appears. So that is it. Before that, Elon Musk is almost bankrupted because in California, it's a so-called, gigafactory. It's actually quite primitive compared to Chinese efficiency of manufacturing. Okay, so that in mind. But personally, at that time, I was opposed to that because I said Tesla is not a Chinese automobile company. Why support that? But I should say that it does make lots of good because Shanghai introduced Tesla just as introduced competition. And then immediately, Chinese, including BYD's automobile design and product taste is very good. Now I'm very confident that BYD and I also drive a new brand, so-called internet new brands EV in China. By the way, I'm a EV generation. I never drive fuel cars. I only drive electric vehicle cars. I'm very popular. My car I drive is more better than Tesla. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.